guys, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. Hope you're having a good day. I'm doing a subscriber request today, and this is a very special one for me. Well, you'll understand why. I'm doing Lorrie Morgan's song, If You Came Back from Heaven. I don't know this song. I know Lorrie, I think I reacted to one or two of her songs. Maybe she did a duet, with Keith Whitley, and all that. But I don't know a lot of her music. But the reason this is kind of touching in this regard is that it was requested by Joan Stedman. And Joan, this is what you said about this song. You said in the comments, this is how I know. You said that your husband died in 1995, and you cry when you hear this song and look at his picture. So I'm like, all right, I'll totally do it. I'll, do the reaction, of course. And, I don't think I've done enough of Lorrie Morgan's. Maybe just one, a duet. I don't recall, but it's like, she's a big name, And a little bit on Lorrie is she's from Nashville. That kind of surprised me. For some reason, I expected her to be maybe, I don't know, like Alabama or I don't know. For some reason, I didn't expect Nashville. Tennessee, I could see. But with a title like If You Came Back from Heaven, it could go in a lot of directions. I don't know, just based on the post that you left, Joe, and I'm guessing it's about a spouse of hers, who, as we know, would be Keith. Or maybe, I don't know her history that well. Maybe was she married to someone else too? Maybe it was since passed. I don't know. But in any case, this was from 1994, so it was right about that time. Keith passed away in 89, so I don't think this is going to be about like the loss of a child or something. So let's get into it. Lorrie Morgan, and it's a video. We're going to get to see her too. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that. A few months ago, actually about last year, I ran into and had the opportunity to first work with Chris Christopherson, who was in my I Guess You Had to Be There video. And that evening, the last evening of the shoot, my publicist, Susan Nadler, begged me to sing some of the songs that I had written for Chris, which was very nerve-wracking for me. I really did not want to do it, but I did it, and he inspired me in my songwriting and told me to stick with it. And my next album, he told me he wanted to see some of my own songs on the album. So I sat down and wrote War Paint, and I also wrote this next song that I'm going to sing for y'all. There's a song that touches me very, very deeply, a song that has very personal meaning to me, and I hope you enjoy it. It's called If You Came Back from Heaven.
Yeah. Wow, already.
I wouldn't know what to say, I wouldn't know what to do if you came back from heaven and I could look at you. Would I fumble for the words? Would I be a little shy? Would I bust right out with laughter or break right down and cry? Oh, if you came back from heaven, would it be like it was then? Could we just pick up where we left off and try it all again? Oh, if you came back from heaven, it would freeze me in my tracks. And I hope God knows if He let you go, I'd never send you back.
I've never heard it put like that. I don't mean the whole context of the song. So many thoughts already. I mean, I had goosebumps. Half of me wants to tear up. We've all, we conceptualize heaven, what that's like, and for whatever reason, we always look the same when we conceptualize ourselves or our loved ones who have passed away, because that's all we know in our mind's eye is what people looked like, and so we imagine that's what they would look like. But we don't know. But I've never heard it put like, you hear people saying, if I could have one more day with you, like me and Bobby McGee. Now that I think of it, was Janis Joplin, and I just reacted to that if it wasn't blocked. And she was like, I'd give up all this stuff if I could have one more day with you. But that's generally how far people go. Lorrie penetrated that veneer, that barrier, if you will, and went into specifics and got detailed about, would you smile? Would I smile? Would I be shy? I've never thought of it in those terms. What would my specific reactions be if it actually happened? Chris Christopherson, had it not been for the little bit of information about Chris inspiring her to write this, I don't know if she would have done this. Or not this per se, but write her own songs. But unbelievable. I sometimes unbelievable.
Would your kisses feel the same? Would you still have the same touch? And would you whisper softly that you've missed me so much? Have you heard all my prayers when I lay down at night? Did you feel my body when I held your pillow tight? Oh, if you came back from heaven, would it be like it was then? Could we just pick up where we left off and try it all again? Oh, if you came back from heaven, it would freeze me in my tracks. And I hope God knows if He let you go, I'd never send you back. And if God forbid you leave this earth again while I sleep, I hope He knows if you go, you'll be bringing me. Oh, if you came back from heaven.
Whoa, wait. What did she just say? She said, I hope God knows if you were to leave me again, like if you were to die again, you'd be taking me? I think what she was saying there is if that happened again, it would kill me. I couldn't deal with that again. So I'd be going with you. Not as a matter of choice, as a matter of my heart would be exploded. I could only handle it once. That's what I think she said. I don't know. I cannot believe the thought emotion grenade that this song is.
Would it be like it was then? Could we just pick up where we left off and try it all again? Oh, if you came back from heaven, it would freeze me in my tracks. And I hope God knows if He let you go, I'd never send you back. I hope God knows if He let you go, I'd never send you back.
Real. So many thoughts. Joan, obviously 25 years later now, clearly love your husband that you still cry when the song and the picture. This song, you know, one of the things I think about the great equalizer, sometimes people comedically say the great equalizer in life is children, because when you have them, your life isn't your own, and that's true. But death is the greatest one in that sense. Like at some point, we all die and we deal with stuff. And when I think of a song like this, what every human being lives with, the scars, the brutality that we've all experienced somewhere in life. Nobody's life has gone on this beautiful, happy trajectory of rainbows and candy and smiles. And I think, to me, the full compassion that people will have when we look at famous people, we could look at rich people, popular people, whatever, and we say, oh, when they go through a divorce or they deal with a death or a heartache, it's not as hard as it is on the rest of the people, so to speak. And I used to think that way when I was younger, but as I got older and I experienced things and I started seeing anybody, it doesn't matter, you get one heart and one brain in life. And when you suffer just as much as anyone else. There is no difference. It doesn't matter how much money you have in the bank. If you lose somebody, you hurt as much as the poorest mother, the middle classest mother, anybody. You know, so much of life is one at the margins. You know, the thing that separates athletes or academics or what have you is that they just seem to have like that one extra gear that they can hit, that 1 or 2 extra percent that places them at the top of their field. What Lorrie just did in this song, she went through that veneer that, like I mentioned earlier when I was commenting about just, oh, if I could just see you. She placed herself beyond that veil and said, these are some of the details that I'd have to wrestle with if. And then the question she asked that one was, oh my God, if you were looking at me, something like that, and you saw me hugging the pillow, did you know it was you I was hugging? Like, that's just pure pain, you know, that she was going through. This is a human being, same as everybody, you know? I don't know what to say. Well, apparently I do. But I'm not rating that song, Joan, you know, and anybody who's lost anybody who feels this song on that level, obviously, I mean, just for reference sake, it's above a 9.5, but I'm not rating it just in honor. But I wanted to say how much I obviously regard that song because some people just hit something at a certain point. It hits you in the heart. It hits you in your mind, brain, whatever we call it. All of you. Wow. I don't know. She hit a whole new gear of songwriting, and she might not have even known she had that in her, that she could go that far. And all it took was one other human being. In this case, Chris Christopherson, one of the preeminent songwriters in history, that just to say, hey, you got to put some of your own stuff. And she had the nerve to break through and use that pain and put it there. I have no doubt it was cathartic when she was writing those thoughts. I have no doubt she was crying. I have no doubt there were some smiles on her face once in a while when she thought about a moment or two of joy that she'd had in that. So that's it. All right, guys. I hope you were moved by that. That's all I can say at this point. All right. I'll see you on another video. Have a great day, guys. Keep rocking the country, and Joan will see you around the channel.